Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Samira Martinez. In my home, we like to try new things. I am especially lucky in that I have children, lots of sisters, and a very eager neighbor who is always keen to try my dishes. Today, together with cookhalal.com, I will be preparing a fish dish for you. The fish is a turmeric fried fish, and it is served with a spicy sambal sauce and served on a bed of white rice, fragrant rice that is. With that, we're going to have a lemon spritz, which is a cooling drink perfect for the spicy sambal dish. Our ingredients for today's dish is rice, fresh fish, turmeric, salt, red chilies. If the red chilies are too spicy, you can use red pepper or a milder chili. Dried chilies, which will be rehydrated. 5 cloves of garlic, a stick of lemongrass, fresh turmeric, fresh ginger, 5 onions, brown sugar, and some dhania for garnish. For our spritz, we're going to need 2 lemons cut up, brown sugar, mint leaves, the juice of a lemon, crushed ice, and water. The fish we are going to use today needs to be cut, 3 deep gashes on each side. If you purchase the fish, make sure that your fishmonger takes out all the guts, the gills, as well as the scales. I take my turmeric and my salt, combine the two, and this is spread all over the fish. Inside and out, and those will be left aside for 5 to 10 minutes in the refrigerator. I start by chopping my onions. You need 5 of them, but small ones. I then cut up my chilies. If you're going to go the spicy route, you need to use fresh red chili. If you need it a little bit milder, you can use half a red pepper, or you can use a milder chili. I'm choosing a pepper for today just to suit the South African palate because it can be quite spicy. A fine dice is good, because all of these will be going into a mortar and pestle or into a food processor. My chilies that were dried before have now been rehydrated. They will also just be thrown into the mortar and pestle. If you are lucky to find fresh turmeric, it's a bonus. Turmeric is high in antioxidants, but it's not always available in Cape Town. So you can use dried turmeric as well, and use half the amount when it's dried. So I'm cutting that finely as well. Then you need ginger. In the original recipe they used galangal. Galangal is not that readily available here as well, so we're going to use fresh ginger as a substitute. This will also be sliced. 5 cloves of garlic, taken these big ones so I can use less. 1 stick of lemongrass, and we only need a few rings from the end of the lemongrass. And all of these will now be added to the mortar and pestle. Now, if you are having a bad day, I suggest you use the mortar and pestle. It's going to take you quite some time to knock away all that negative energy, but on a good day, we use a food processor. And a food processor will do it in minutes. I've prepared some for you already. I'm going to give it one more whirl. And I want you to see this beautiful red color, which is why we have to use red chilies instead of green. Look at that beauty. Beautifully red and fragrant. This will be fried in coconut oil. I'm going to take my spicy mix now over to the stove. And I'm going to use coconut oil to prepare it. So let me snap on my stove. I use about 5 tablespoons of coconut oil. Coconut oil itself is very healthy to use. I'm going to pour my sambal mix into the oil. This I'm going to leave frying for a little while until the oil separates from the sambal and all the spices. And I can head back to make the cooler. Meanwhile, the lemon cooler is so simple to prepare, especially when there's lots of lemons from the tree and there's no use for it. Trust me, this is delicious and cooling on a hot summer's day. I start off with my ice, which is crushed ice. You're going to need a blender for this. I add half a cup of sugar. My lemons cut up finely. Have a look at that. Fresh mint, a bunch of mint, or about say 25 to 30 leaves. And the juice of 1 lemon. I'm keeping the water just a little while longer. So now I'm going to add my water. This is about 2 cups of water. That's it. That's how simple it is to prepare. And this confection is done. I'm going to check on my sambal and also start preparing for my fish. So my fish has been marinating. It's been about 5 to 10 minutes and I'm taking it over for frying now. And while I'm doing that, I'm checking on my sambal, which has got a lovely fragrant smell. Turn down the heat on that one a little bit. I'm going to swap plates and bring my trusty old wok over. You can see it's had a good few years to fry my fish. So while that's still cooking away, so whilst my wok is heating up, I'm going to add the sugar to my sambal mix. I need 3 tablespoons of palm sugar, but I'm using brown sugar as a substitute. A little bit of water. And leave that again to cook. The success of this fish dish is that the oil must be really hot, because it crisps up the skin, and that is what we want from this dish. So while we're waiting for it to be really hot, I'm going to carry on with my sambal. You can use different kinds of fish for this dish. Today I'm using an angel fish and the head has been removed, but I've made it with a head on already and tail, whole fish. I've also used a silver fish, and I've also used a snapper fish, and the crispy skin is what makes this dish so delicious. My oil is really hot now, ready for my fish. You need to make sure that there's enough oil in the pot for one side of the fish to fry. Can you hear that sizzle? That's how hot it is supposed to be. Now, fish in Ramadan is a suitable dish because it's healthy. The lemon spritz is very refreshing in the evening when you're breaking fast. The sambal, on the other hand, is very spicy but still very tasty when you prepare it. Fish is very delicate, doesn't take long to fry. This will take about 4 minutes on each side, and then your dish is cooked. So I'm ready to turn it over now. Fry for another 4 minutes on the other side. And let me check on my sambal on this side. The sambal is also a lovely bright red color. And it's cooked now. Can you see the crispy skin? My fish is done, it's crispy and delicious, ready for plating up. I'm going to turn off my heat, add a little bit of seasoning to my sambal. And we're good to go. So I take my crispy fish, onto my fragrant rice. I drizzle with my spicy sambal. My fish is ready. I'm going to add some garnish, some coriander leaves. And I'm going to add some lovely lemon cooler, which is perfect for iftar on a hot evening. Breaking your fast with something good and healthy and refreshing. So there you have it, my spicy turmeric fried fish served on fragrant rice with a sambal sauce, perfect for an eat table. My lemon cooler, refreshing for an iftar meal. For all these recipes and many more, visit www.cookhalal.com. From my home to yours, shukran again for coming. Ramadan Kareem. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.